Welcome, everyone, to Fredbear's Family Diner. I kid. I'm MXES, formerly known as William Afton. I live in this endless artificial cycle that they trapped me in until I can escape. And since I have nothing but time on my hands, I thought I'd address a few questions I get, despite my limited access here. Today, I thought it might be interesting to have a look at Fazbear Entertainment. My memory may falter, but I never forget a slight. And oh, they made a habit of that. Isn't Fazbear Entertainment your company, MXES, I hear you ask? And it certainly was, but it was stolen from me, from us. And maybe things wouldn't have been so terrible if it hadn't been. When I speak about this nonsense, I'll have to use Fazbear Entertainment's own glossy propaganda to illustrate what I'm talking about, as I don't have any images of my own any longer. To understand how it all went wrong, you have to go back to the start. In the beginning, it was Henry and I and our family diner. We had a dream of doing something new, something that combined the growing realm of arcade gaming and animatronic technology of the time. It was a start, a place we could begin. But neither of us was simply content to do what everyone else had before. We had big dreams, and the diner was just a place for us to earn money for the real research. Oh, the dangerous, beautiful, and utterly misunderstood research that lay just beneath the surface. You see, Henry read this book, Autobiography of a Yogi. During our gap year, he dragged me all across creation, subjecting me to the most atrocious hikes as he investigated the theory he had on emotional energy. He was very serious about it. Despite what everyone else thought, Henry was a genius. I knew his value. I've always been very good at spotting value. One aspect that we had to include in our plans was the family element. I'm quite far from domestic, but success is signified by the value that you have on your arm. So I engineered families for us both. Henry was utterly hopeless at wooing women, but with the correct wingman, he too found himself married. Frankly, I'd rather he married me. But society wasn't ready, even for that level of innovation, let alone our work. There's something very important that I've learned to do over time. Do you know what that is? How to pretend. Do you ever play make-believe? Pretend to be one way, but be really another? Pretend to be someone that they don't hate. It's very important. We pretended. Whatever. We had our families, and before long, I had a son. Things were going well. The location was thriving sufficiently that we had the funds to expand to a new place, where we could design the entire building as we wanted, and then replicate that blueprint as an entire franchise. Along with this expansion, we expanded our roster of characters and our employees. Finding individuals as passionate as we were, that wasn't so easy. But we did stumble upon an inventor named Edwin who seemed to align well with our goals. He was enlisted to help us meet our new requirements. His designs were hideous, truly abominable. He repelled taste like oil repels water. But we didn't need him to design, only to create. And his engineering was sound. My memories of that time are still very fragmented. And though I know Fazbear Entertainment is on the brink of releasing a new game, no doubt spun in their own way, I can only hope that it clears some of my murk. I do remember Edwin's son was hit by a car and that he spiraled thereafter, but mostly that was something I didn't have time to deal with when things were so busy on the franchise front. I was about to fire him when he mentioned something about an endoskeleton and his dead son. It was fascinating. Relevantly so. Ultimately, it applied to our research, so I kept him on. Something happened over there after that. I don't know. Doesn't matter. It does not matter. Regardless, when he ran off, we sought only to retrieve the work he'd completed and forged ahead with our expansion. Henry had twins around that time. A whole perfect family. I never want to be outdone, at least in numbers. I had a son of my own shortly after. I thought it would be nice for him to have playmates. And Michael? Well, Michael could babysit. Freddy's brought in the crowds, but Fredbear's was ours. Henry and I enjoyed performing there personally and overseeing the employees. When our own children had birthdays, we had them there. And it was one such birthday that everything changed. I think I'll tell that story next time we speak. It deserves more. I feel it would do it and him a disservice to leave it only as a footnote. But I'll see you next time, I suppose, and tell you the story of the worst day of my entire life.